the input we get, we take, it determines the output also. The output is determined by the input. If you want to reduce the pollution in a power plant, one option is control the output in a coal-fired power plant to reduce the pollution. One option is control the output by putting the back filters, electrostatic filters, precipitators in the output side to reduce the pollution. Another way is manipulate the input. In the input side, you use the coal with high carbon content and low ash content. Coal, if you use, pollution can be controlled. If I am not feeling well, doctors, either they have a choice, they will increase the output side, they manipulate, increase the dosage. If I am taking one tablet, they will multiply that one. Increase the dosage to bring the health into order. Other option is manipulate the input side, change the lifestyle, how you are leading a life. When you change your lifestyle, output can be managed better. Generally, we are so focused on output, manipulating the output rather than managing the input. In the Delhi pollution, they call it as a gas chamber. Now, every winter they call it, your number plate, odd and even, alternate days to go, or reduce the traffic, or close the schools and don't come to work. That is the manipulating the output. Input, they can manipulate, they can change by making sure that vehicles are not polluting, that their exhaust is clean, otherwise they will be penalized, or stubble burning. They should be finding out how to encourage, motivate the farmers by giving incentive not to burn that one. The government can develop a mechanism how to extract the stubble from the farmland, and it can be utilized in a power plant as for a combustion fuel. And most of all the governments, they are busy in manipulating the output. In the Australian health budget is around 80 billion, and they can change what they are doing is medical hospitals. They are building the more hospitals to handle the crisis, rather than if they invest on the input side, encourage the lifestyle, change the lifestyle, and they encourage children to eat healthy food, people to lead a healthy lifestyle, output can be managed. All the governments and most of us, we are busy only manipulating the outside. And manipulating what we take into our life is called as ahara. Last week I talked about ahara need not be only taking through the mouth and all the senses. Whatever input you are taking through all senses, it is called as ahara. Ahara, hara. Hara means garland. The hara means garland. We want to put on the garland in our life, makeup in our life, only to impress others. Ahara, we are putting on the garland only to impress. What it is talking about, you are putting on the garland, whatever makeup you are doing, not to impress others, whether it suits your nature. You should be, the prime focus of your life is you, whether it is agreeing with me. And ahara, the food, ahara means also food we take. Whatever input we take through senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, your touch. I gave in Bhagavatam 5 examples how they got perished, various animals. The food you take, one who knows how to take the input, what input to take in, feed in, that person, what input, he or she will know how to manage the output. One who knows the input, how to manage the input, knows what is the outcome. In Bhagavad Geeta, Shri Krishna talks about yuktahara-viharasya, yukta-cheshtasya karmasu, yukta-swapna-avabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. You have to put on yuktahara. Hara garland, whatever makeup, right one. You have to use the right garland, makeup. You are leading a life for yourself. Ahara, food what you are eating, yukta-ahara, right food, manipulating the input, yukta-ahara-viharasya. You are mindful of your social connections also. Not to make willy-nilly connections with anyone. And yukta-viharasya, you should know how to manage your social circle. In the children, it's Manpreet's daughter, she wanted access to the social media. Parents said, not now. Because children, we don't know whom we are making friendship with. Social circle, you should have control over yourself. Then only you are eligible to get into the social media. If I can't manage myself, how can I manage with others? Viharasya. In the digital age, we should know how to manage with outside people. Viharasya. Yukta-cheshtasya karmasu. You should know when the food is there, the type of food you are eating, you are doing the action accordingly. Yukta-cheshtasya karmasu. The food, whatever you are eating, yukta-swapna, when to sleep, when to be awake. You should be awake in your sleep also, they say. Not to sleep like a log. I don't know whatever happened. If somebody takes me away, I don't know. Not to sleep. You should be awake in your sleep also. Yukta-swapnasya avabodhasya. You should not be always in the digital age. People, it's in midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, surfing through the pages. It is an addiction. And looking at the screen all the time, we can't fall asleep also. You should know when to turn off the machine. After 8 o'clock, I am not in front of the computer or mobile phone. You have to set a rule for yourself. Yukta-cheshtasya, swapna avabodhasya. That person, one who knows how to control, manage the input, for that person, yoga practice becomes very easy. The food, what you eat, annad bhavanti. Taittiriya Upanishad talks about annavan, the one who knows what to eat, knows has a control over the health. The food what you eat, the food what you are eating, the Upanishad talks about, the food is not the bulky food, gross part of the food. More than 70% of the solid food you eat, it comes out as stool. It gets rejected by the body. And milder part of the food, it goes into your flesh. And fine part of the food, it goes into your brain. You are what you are eating. You should be mindful of what you are eating, not to say I am eating junk. Be mindful of what you are eating. Same is with the liquid. Whatever we drink, majority comes out as urine. Mild part goes into your bloodstream. And fine part goes into your brain. Your mind, your brain and talking are linked. That's why people very hardly they talk. After they drinking a few glasses, they talk non-stop. There is no connection between the tongue and this link is broken. The tongue and mouth link is broken. And the food what we are eating, they say about 40% of the world population have digestive disorder. The digestive disorder is mainly because of communication gap. We say we are a good communicator, there is a communication gap. Stomach is saying enough, but tongue says no, I want more. You are my friend, I want to give you more. There is a communication gap between the stomach and the tongue. Stomach says something, tongue does something. And there is a communication gap because of that digestive disorder. The tongue has to be trained to have control. That is why in Shastras they prescribe mandatory fasting. Once in fortnight, they talk about 11th day after full moon and new moon called Ekadashi. On that you fast. You get better control over your tongue. When you have the control over your tongue, your digestive system is good. This digestive system is connected to your mental health also. Your mental health is connected to your gut health. There is a secondary mind is there, secondary brain is there. You should know how to manage your stomach to manage the mental health issues. Mental health issues are rampant across because junk food also has gone up. Mental health issues. To have the good control over your health, you have to manage the stomach. To manage the stomach, you should know how to control the tongue. This tongue is connected to the second chakra from the base, Swadhisthana chakra. It is said it is very difficult to overcome fears through Swadhisthana chakra. It is even the great yogis, they find it hard to manage the tongue. They don't have control over the tongue. You have to have the control through the regular periodic fasting. Helps in getting a control. Maybe a 10-course meal is there. If I go in front, I'm not interested. You should be able to say, and not to say, oh, you brought, okay, I will take one. Not that one. Not that one. You should be able to say, sorry, it's not a food day for me. I'm not a foodie today. And you should be able to overcome the temptation. That without having a control over the tongue, people have fallen prey to, you should know whom to take food also. Even if it is a rightly presented, well presented, if it is a wrong source, not to accept the food. In Mahabharata talks about Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Karna, though good people, they accept Ashwatthama, good people, they accepted food from Duryodhana, negative to the core. Because they accepted food from a wrong source, they felt indebted to Duryodhana. Good people got trapped. They did all the wrong things along with the Duryodhana. Even if it is a well-presented, multi-course meal, have a courage to say, sorry, I am not eating. That the right source, you have to eat from a good people. Last week I talked about have a satsang. Good people, noble people, have a company of them while eating. If the violence has gone in behind the food, while, for example, killing the animal, so much of violence has gone in, so much of trauma animals have gone in. When you eat that food, it will affect your psyche also. Not only the physical, though well presented, the trauma has gone in. When you are eating, that energy will go into you. When we are buying the things from the shop, we don't know what is the intention behind the provider. Maybe profit or something else. That is why when you are buying the food from outside, we don't know where the food is coming, whether the whoever is supplying, whether it's a rightly earned money or wrongly earned money. That is why while before eating, you pray, saying, offer it to the Lord. I don't know where is the source of this food. The food I am getting on my plate, I don't know it has come through the right source, through a right person, or through a wrong means. Offer it to the Lord, saying that whatever negative implications are there, please dilute that one. Offer it to the Lord. That is, praying is a must. And eating part also, when you are eating, show respect to the food, not to stand. This is a vogue these days. Stand and eat, show respect, and sit. Sit, and every day try to sit and eat. And if you are angry, sad, not to eat. Eat when you are happy, with gratitude, thankful that I am able to eat. Some people, they have enough money, but they can't eat. Health won't permit. Doctors would say not to eat. You are must be grateful, thankful that you are able to eat. You have the food in front of you. And in the world, more than in the restaurant, across hotels and restaurants, more than 50% of the food is thrown out. And globally, more than 40% of the food produced is wasted, thrown out, discarded. We should be mindful. Now it's more than 350 million people are starving. And 64 countries on the brink of collapse across the world. My father, as a child, he taught me a lesson while filling the container from the rice bag. If one grain falls down, he will diligently pick it up and put it in the container. Because not that he could not afford one grain. Even one grain is important. You have to teach that one to your younger generation. Other day, one Navneet in our house, he was filling, few grains dropped, and I asked him to pick it up. He was looking strangely at me. I said, the food, where it is coming, you have to show respect. He said he will wipe it out and throw it out. It is not that one, not one grain or two grain. You have to show respect to the food. Respect to the food, every grain counts. You teach this one to your children also. Not that you can't afford one grain, but respect the food. Respect the food, you have to sit and chew the food well. The teeth make the saliva be produced, and because the teeth is there in the mouth, there is no teeth in the stomach. Chew the food properly, and so there is a saying, you drink the food and eat the drink. Drinking also not in one gulp, sipping. And drink the food means chew it and it becomes like liquidy, and eat. It reduces the load on the heart. Not to eat late night, after dusk. Try to avoid eating after dusk. You have to give enough time before going to sleep. People, now Christmas time is coming, people having party at midnight, 11 o'clock dinner, 12 o'clock dinner. It is affecting your health. You have to, in the social circle also, always put yourself in the importance. Social circle, you are going for a party, everyone is waiting for 10 o'clock before they start their meal. You be ruthless to your friends. Sorry, I have to eat at 8 o'clock before let others can come. In front of others, you finish your meal. Before, because your health is more important. It is talking about one who knows what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, where to eat, with whom to eat. That person cannot get any disease. That person remains healthy. Health is in your fingertips. Fingertips means while eating, and now because of the vogue, everyone uses the spoon and fork. Use these fingers for eating. These fingers have this energy. This gives the fire energy to the food. This is air. gives the prana shakti, air prana to the food. This is ether, earth element. This is water element. When you are eating, this gives additional prana to the food. Use with the fingers wherever possible. Wash your hands properly. Wherever possible, use your fingers to give additional boost of energy. Additional boost of energy. This prana, we can feel the prana when you bring the hands together. You feel the warmth. When you go to the elders, they bless with the palms. They are radiating the prana. Why not utilize this prana? Is freely available. Give it to the food you eat for your own health. These are the general food health tips through ahara. Ahara, we have to look after ourselves, mindful of the ahara we are eating, not ahara to please others. I can also eat that one, not that one. Eat what is suitable for you, what is agreeable for you. The easily digestible food, nourishing, succulent, juicy, fresh, which enhances your lifespan. Eat that food. Shri Krishna talks about in Bhagavad Geeta, Ayusattvam balarogyam sukha priti vivardana rasya snigdha stira hridya ahara satvika priyaha. As a yoga practitioners, seekers of health and wellness, long life, we should change our lifestyle, change our input so that output can be managed.